I got bored of waking up and being angry all the time because things didn't work.
Yeah, I read in an interview that you are considering, I'm not sure how serious you are about it, moving to Amsterdam.
Huh. Yeah, well, I did actually talk about that with my wife a little while ago. We were discussing where we could live, and neither of us were particularly in love with the UK anymore, and we both lived in America for a bit. And a friend of mine who's in a band moved here a couple of years ago and loves it in Amsterdam and said it's fantastic. So we looked at it for a while. I don't think we're going to now, but it was a nice dream for a weekend.
Yeah, but what is, if you have, yeah, you can fantasize about it, what is an ideal situation for you, a place to live?
Well, it used to be somewhere like Amsterdam or New York or Paris or London. I like the energy, I like the culture, I like the chances and options of things for you to do. But now I just want peace and quiet. I just want to be able to go somewhere and close the door and not be able to hear too much street noise, and I want to be able to record. So that's kind of become the important thing, is being able to work where I live, and I couldn't really do that in any of the big cities because I can't afford a nice mansion with a soundproof studio or whatever.
But you mentioned you were fed up with the UK. Why?
It's nothing to do with it's more to do with me. It's just when you fall out of love with a place, it's usually to do with something in you's changed, and I've been living in London on and off for 23 years, and I just hit a wall. Time's come to move on and to start another chapter in my life and try something new.
What was it in you that has changed that you wanted to move out there?
I think it's just that wanting to dictate the terms on which I live, because I got bored of waking up and being angry all the time because things didn't work, because the transport system's broken, because the infrastructure's been not invested in properly, because it's overcrowded. No one's addressed the issues of poverty and all the things that I liked about the city years and years ago, with that dirt and that grit and that sort of real element to it. And now it just makes me mad. I go crazy, and I'd rather live in a world where I can choose not to read the newspapers, not to watch TV news, not to read the lies, and actually see the real world for how it is. So I need to get out of a media-centric city to do that.
Do you think it's still possible to get isolation?
Yeah, all you've got to do is turn your phone off, not go online, and don't watch TV, and you actually start to think the world's a good place, and people are really good, and there's lots of good stuff out there. So I try and do that. I try and have zero technology days.
Can you? Yeah, is that something you've built into your life? Like,
I try to, especially when I'm working, because it's such a distraction. Everyone, if they're working with a computer, you open up some Facebook page or something, and you can lose a day. And for me, the more popular those things become, and the more necessary they can't become for me to spread the word about my music. I have to participate, but I don't really do it that willingly. I'd rather just, hide myself away and not do that stuff, and release a record every couple of years and tour it. But unfortunately, the modern world's made us a bit more available and accessible.
What do you think? You're now at a stage in your career where you are able to do this, because maybe when you did this 10 years ago, maybe people will forget about you, or you got off the map too much?
I think people would forget about me tomorrow if I didn't do it. Yeah, it's not, people like Radiohead or whatever, they can disappear and stay quiet, and Bob Dylan never has to speak, and they have that whole enigma thing wrapped up. I can't afford to do that because my audience isn't so big, and I don't mind doing it. There's only so many hours in the day, and with the modern music world, musicians have to run their own business. You have to take care of everything, and you find that you're actually working 5 days a week to write songs at weekends. So
Do you now are more aware of time than you maybe used to be?
Yeah, absolutely. It's ticking away day by day.
Yeah. Do you feel this pressure a little bit?
Not pressure, but I wanna do lots of things. I want to pack as much as I can in, because I'm 41 now. I don't know how many years I've got left of wanting to tour, of having the energy to tour, and I still love it. So I want to kind of keep going for as long as I can, and that's a pressure, but it's a good pressure. It's a pressure to grab life.